Oh, yes. But Luke was kind of dreading recess because he just knew what all his friends were going to talk about, and he didn't want to talk about it. But he kind of grudgingly went out with the other boys, and they were playing and they were talking. They were all, oh, what are you going to be for Halloween this year? Oh, where are you going to go? Oh, I know the best neighborhoods. They give full-size candy bars. Oh, really? Oh, I got to go with you. That's the best. I want to go there. Oh, all the excitement. And Luke just kind of stood behind them quietly. Well, Luke's best friend Matthew noticed how quiet Luke was being, and he's like, "Hey, Luke, why are you so quiet?" No reason." "Well, aren't you going trick-or-treating?" "No." "No, huh, Vaughn?" Vaughn knew the answer. "Well, why not?" "Well, we don't really believe in that." "What do you mean believe? It's just a fun thing. You dress up, you go to people's doors, you knock on it, you get free candy. When do you ever get to do that?" "Well, we do something else." "Well, what do you do?" "Well, every year my church puts on this thing. Everybody dresses up but it's not the costumes like you guys do. I mean, they dress up in this period clothing and they go through and everybody kind of explains Reformation." "Reformation? What's Reformation?" It's the holiday that's the same day as Halloween." "You mean there's another holiday on Halloween? October 31st?" "Yeah, and my family kind of celebrates it." Well, now Luke had Matthew's attention. He'd never heard of Reformation Day. He was all done talking about Halloween. He wanted to know about this new holiday. "Well, what do you guys do?" Well, now Luke was kind of getting a little more happy, like somebody was interested in what he was doing this October 31st. My mom and dad, they dress up as some of the people who helped the Protestant Reformation. And as kids go through, they interact with them. They go through this interactive line and they tell them about who they are and what they did in the Protestant Reformation. And when the kids are all done, they get a big bag of candy. "You mean you still get candy?" "Yeah, you still get candy. And you get to hear stories? This sounds better. Is it outside?" "No, actually, it's inside of our church hall." "You don't have to get cold? I hate how I get cold every October 31st going door to door. And you know what? A lot of the doors don't even open anymore. And by the time I get home, I'm cold and I've got just this little handful of candy." "You just said big bag of candy. Did I hear that right?" "Yeah, it's a good sized bag." "Yeah, I remember last year when you came back to school, you had all the good candy in your lunch. Hey, you think maybe I could come with you to this Reformation thing?" Now Luke was kind of happy. "Yeah, Matt, I didn't realize you might be interested. Yeah, I think it'd be great. I'll ask my mom and she could call your mom and ask her. And do you think some of the other guys might be interested too?" "Oh man, not to have to go out in the cold and get to hear stories and I still get candy. Oh, they're all going to be on board." Luke suddenly was a little more happy about Reformation Day. And he found that he could share his love for Jesus with his friends without having to be ashamed. And that reminded me of a special verse in the Bible. And even though I've got my Bible open to it, I also wrote it down so that I would not have to look so tiny at it. It's found in 1 Peter verses 2:9. It says, "We are a chosen generation." You guys were chosen. "A royal priesthood," your royalty. "A holy nation." "A peculiar people." Now that part is the part that goes off. Peculiar. We like being royal and a priesthood and chosen, but peculiar? When we're peculiar, people notice us. They look at us. They wonder, why are you different? That's another way of saying peculiar. It says, "that ye shall show faith, the praises of him," meaning God, who called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. We can be a blessing to others by how we live, by the things we do, the actions we have, the words we say, by being peculiar and different. People are going to notice God working in your lives. So, this week is October 31st, and a lot of people around us are going to be celebrating Halloween. But I want us to remember that's not what God had in mind. Did you know this is a very special month? God has the Feast of Trumpets that we just celebrated, and we have the Day of Atonement, and we have Reformation Day on October 31st. Every year is Reformation Day. It's a day that we remember when our church is all started to open up the Bibles again and read through God's word and worship him the way he asked to be worshiped. So when somebody says happy Halloween to you this week, I hope you'll say back, well, happy Reformation Day, because they might be a little curious. What is Reformation Day? And you can let them know. Now, just like Luke, I know you guys like to have treats, right? So I've got some treats up here for you guys to pick from. And you guys can go back to your seats and share about Reformation with your friends and family.